With retro style and mega portability, this microphone looks the part, but is it all flash and no substance? Meet the Tula Mic. Content creators and people who spend a lot of time on video calls know the importance of really good audio. Poor quality sound, like what you get from built-in microphones, can really impact your final product. So getting a dedicated microphone can really up your game, but dedicated microphones tend to have one significant problem. They're often anything but portable, meaning if you're a hybrid worker at home and in the office, or you work while traveling, bringing along a microphone just might not be possible. That's where more portable microphones come in. In my hands-on review, I'll dive deep into some of the more interesting features that help the Tula Mic stand out from other mics geared at content creators. And I also discovered it has some hidden features you would definitely not expect, like that it also works as a wireless recording device. So let's get to it. Let's kick things off with what you get and what else you can get, and I'm going to let you know that all the voiceovers in this video are being recorded with the Tula Mic so you can listen to the quality firsthand. Inside the box is the Tula Mic itself, which is a USB-C connected mic for smartphones and computers. One of the first things you'll notice is its flip stand. Flip the stand around and set it on any surface. A simple twist will remove the stand so you can clip in the included Tula Mic stand adapter, which lets you mount the Tula Mic to an ordinary mic stand. Also included is a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging the mic or hooking it up to a computer or a phone. You can also upgrade as I did and get a USB-C to USB-C cable, plus a so-called dead cat cover for reducing wind noise, a pop filter, and a nylon hard case for travel. The buttons on one side include on, off, play, pause, stop, record, and volume controls, while the opposite end offers gain, skip, and mute controls, along with dedicated toggles for noise reduction and mic mode, respectively. On the front of the mic are two lights. On the left is the recording indicator button. If it's red, it's recording, showing you it's on and working, while the right side button gives you simple at-a-glance gain information. Now, this is one of Tula's minor faults. You can't accurately assess your gain level on the microphone. You're going to need to monitor it on your computer or using your other audio recording software. There's really no setup required for this microphone, and it's essentially plug and play. I was able to connect it using the USB-C to USB-C cable directly to my MacBook, and the MacBook recognized it right away. You can use the Tula Mic with almost any device that will support an external microphone, including things like laptops, computers, and even smartphones, with some caveats, which I promise we'll get to. As soon as you plug the Tula Mic into your supported device using the cable, the device is going to treat it as an external mic, and you shouldn't have to worry about installing any fancy drivers. I used the microphone with my Apple MacBook Pro to record audio for my YouTube videos and while traveling to manage some voiceover work. Some of you out there may be wondering, can you use the Tula microphone with your iPhone, iPad, or Android phones or tablets? The answer is a resounding yes. Now, with an iOS device like an Apple iPhone, you do need to use an Apple-approved adapter, something that has a special chip in it, something like Apple's camera adapter or similar. iOS devices with USB-C ports, though, like the iPad Pro, for example, don't require that same connector. Now, I don't have that connector, but I should probably get one, so I wasn't able to test the Tula microphone out with my iPhone. Now, with an Android device, you can use any cable or adapter that will connect to USB-C. I was able to connect the Tula microphone to my Google Pixel phone and found it worked easily and provided much better quality audio than I was getting from the phone's internal mic. I have to say, I was incredibly impressed by the sound quality from this microphone. Because of its literal pocket size, I wasn't actually holding out a lot of hope this would be a good quality microphone. I wanted it mainly to bring along on my business travels as a just-in-case device. I have to say I was blown away by the quality. When doing single-person voiceovers, the mic was easy to use and provided audio that was as good as some other more prosumer microphones that I own. I also used it to record some audio while working in a studio with a crew just to see how it would sound, and it seemed to record multiple users there extremely well. The Tula Mic also came to my rescue when I was making a podcast appearance on one of my favorite podcasts, Home Gadget Geeks. Now, for some reason, my trusty Rode microphone was not sounding great. So after fiddling with it for far too long and delaying our podcast, I remembered the Tula was sitting right next to me getting ready to test. So I swapped it in on my microphone arm here. Jim, as you're aware, we had a microphone emergency before the podcast started today. And my trusty old Rode mic was not cutting it. So I had to do an emergency swap here and get the Tula in. And a small thing, but the Tula mic was also far nicer looking and less obtrusive in the video podcast recording. Professional podcast coach and host Jim Collison, who I consider an expert in audio quality, said he was blown away by the improvement in overall sound quality for our podcast. And that probably explains to you why I haven't swapped my Rode mic back in yet and may not bother. The feature I probably like the least about the Tula mic is that it can be a bit tough to judge your audio levels. Because there is simply the one light on display, you have to use your best guess to make sure you're not too loud or too quiet. The user manual for the device goes into a bit more detail about how to judge this appropriately, but it might be nice to have even a small actual gain meter somewhere on the microphone for insurance, I guess you could say. Now though, let's get on to the other big feature of this mic, and that's that it's also a wireless recorder. With 8 gigabytes of storage space and a 700 milliamp hour internal battery, which will last about 12 hours or 10 hours with lossless recording, the Tula mic can truly be an independent mic/recording device. When it comes to managing your recorded files, your computer treats the Tula mic as a storage device. Just click on it in your computer's menu to find your files. Let's talk about the battery life. There's a tiny low battery indicator on the back, but it only comes on for 5 seconds after you hit the power, and I would say I'd like a little more information than that, so I'm chalking this up as another of the Tula mic's small imperfections. The Tula mic has noise reduction technology built in. It's easy enough to activate. Just push the NC button on the side while the background noise is present, and then don't speak or introduce any other sound. The internal software it uses will learn what the sound is that you don't want to be there, and it'll adapt accordingly. Worth noting is that the Tula mic will always save a version of your file both with and without the noise cancellation, so you always have the option to experiment. With a headphone jack gone from virtually all modern smartphones, tablets, and even some laptops, seeing a 3.5mm jack on the Tula mic is a bit of a surprise. The jack does far more than just allowing you to connect wired headphones for listening to your stored recordings. You can also do live listening or live monitoring. Just use any pair of wired headphones and plug them in. Rather surprisingly, you can use that aux port to double your inputs. Plug a lav or other microphone into the 3.5mm jack to serve as a second mic, which can be really useful for doing interviews. The Tula mic also offers both unidirectional mode and a wider omni mode. Check 1 2, main mic, main mic, main mic. I tried using the Tula with a lav, and the first thing to note is it doesn't seem to work in live mode. You must record it to the storage on the mic. The trouble with that was I wasn't able to access the files when I was recording 2 users. It just hung up my computer. I fought with it for an afternoon and tried a few different options, but I gave up after a few hours. I'll have to do some more reading on this, and if you have experience here, please put it in comments. The simple fix for now will be just to use omni mode for multiple speakers. As impressive as the Tula mic's feature set is, there are a few small admissions that are probably worth noting. I'm not deducting any points for these, just pointing them out for those who might think they're deal breakers. This might be obvious by now, but I guess I'll just say it out loud. The Tula mic should not be considered a wireless mic. It doesn't have any built-in Bluetooth or other wireless functionality, and you do really need the data cable to get your audio to a computer or to a mobile device, whether you're recording live or transferring your files. Now, in a completely wireless world, this does seem a touch archaic, but in the end, it didn't bother me that much. Having no Bluetooth support also means that you can't use your favorite wireless earbuds as live monitors when you're using the Tula mic. The lack of screen may have its advantages, but for those who might be used to seeing a VU meter, you'll have to get used to the different light indicators on the mic. The Tula mic also lacks a built-in speaker, making it impossible to play back your audio recordings without connecting a pair of wired headphones. While 8 gigabytes of built-in storage space is cool, you can't check how much storage the device has left without plugging it into a computer. The mic is also limited to recording WAV files. Overall, the Tula Mic is beautifully designed. It's small and portable, it's versatile since you can use it on its built-in stand or on a mic arm. It also doubles as a wireless voice recorder. The sound quality was surprisingly great for the size of this device, and the fact that I can use it with my smartphones, tablets, and on my MacBook makes it an amazing audio chameleon. The buttons are user-friendly and easy to read, and it's easy enough to make adjustments on the fly. Plus, the array of clever accessories you can also get for this mic make it a must-have for content creators on the move. So what are the downsides? I can say that some of the indicator lights could be a little more robust maybe, but it's hard to wish for too much more while still wanting to keep the package small. I guess the other downside is that it won't function as a wireless microphone. You do need to keep it plugged into a computer if you're transferring audio in real time or your recordings, though I guess you could record your audio and then transfer it after the fact. While more hardcore pro users might find this microphone lacking, I actually think it's an outstanding package for your average content creator, podcaster, or expert Zoom presenter. Selling for about $259 US or $349 Canadian, the Tula Mic is like a Swiss Army knife for creators. Yes, it's expensive, but I think it is absolutely genius, extremely versatile, and I love using it both at home and on the road. You can get the Tula Mic from Tula's website or from Amazon. If you want some other mic options though, check out the Joby Wavo Air Wireless Lav Kit for a DSLR camera. And for you creators out there, I've also reviewed a cool light from GVM I should say. I'm using it right here and you can see it in action right now. While more hardcore pro users, hardcore? I guess the other